peace, spiritual girlies. It is Natasha, your fellow favorite spiritual girly here with the Spiritual Girly Covenant. Okay, and first and foremost, happy Wednesday. Today is what, March the 11th, 2026. Okay, so we got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So today is a 6-day vibration, and 6 deals with nurturing, nourishment, family, things of that nature. Caretakers, mothers, fertility. So yeah, those are the vibes that we are in. But yes, I wanted to check in with my spiritual girlies, see where y'all heads was at mentally, spiritually, see where your heart is. So this is a mid-week check-in, just to see how y'all doing. And of course, I'm coming through with a message always from the divine sacred source energy, the great mother, from spirit, from soul, Ashe. And we're gonna get into it. But first and foremost, I just wanted to, like I said, just come on and check in with my spiritual girlies. See how y'all holding up mentally, spiritually, where your heart space is. And the reason why I ask that, because as exciting, as exhilarating as right now might be, I know that it takes a lot of work, a lot of intention, and a lot of dedication for a lot of us to stay on this path of righteousness, to stay on this path of love and integrity and truth, right? And to show up as our authentic selves. Like, it's literally a day-to-day decision to operate in this way, because we do have free will, right? We do have the right to tap into our lower natures or tap into our higher natures, our higher vibrations. So me personally, I like to stay tapped into my higher vibrations. I like to stay, or work to stay tapped in to that vibration of like abundance and prosperity and community and village and support and creativity, like all of those things that make me feel good on a spiritual and physical level, right? So with that being said, we have a huge responsibility. You know what I mean? High priestess and goddesses and spiritual girlies, witches or brujas or healers, whatever it is that you consider yourself to be, we're all spiritual girlies alike. We're all here on a divine mission to fulfill our purpose and to honor our life's work and to honor our soul's calling. So with that being said, me personally, on a mental level, I'm doing better. I'm doing well. I kind of pulled back from all of like the steam file stuff. I pulled back from that because I was totally engulfed in that for a minute. That had me blown. But I keep my ear to the street with those things. And then as far as like spiritually, I feel like I'm on my path. I feel like I'm in it to win it. It's challenging because, you know, with ascension comes, I feel like I said, I think I said this before in a previous video, like new levels, new devils. So my ascension has been lovely. It's been very colorful. My growth on a personal level has been very colorful. Ashe, 101. Ashe. So that's where I'm at. Like, I'm just now really sitting down since I've came back from Cincinnati. I went to Cincy to get a lot of the things that I left back there and brought it back down here with me to Texas. And that's why I hadn't been live or posted really any much videos or chimed in with y'all, because I was getting my personal life together. And now that I have a lot of the things put away and put up and things of that nature, I'm like, listen, it's time for me to chime in with my spiritual girlies. It's time for me to chime in with myself, with my community, and see where we all are at. But to also come through with a message from divine sacred source energy, right? Because of course, we always want to be led by spirit, by the benevolent universe, by the ethereal spiritual energy and vibration that exists and moves through all of the spiritual girlies. So without further ado, so for all of us who are purposely taking the time to check in with ourselves, check in with our sisters, the people that we love, the women that we lean on and lean into for nurturing and nourishing, there are some things that the benevolent mother, that the benevolent universe, the great mother wants us to consider and possibly add to our self-care regimen and routines and add to our rituals. And y'all know I love to open this up. Ooh, I'm gonna go with this one since this was flipped over. We got the heart chakra. All right. Heart chakra, which is the fourth chakra, and it is in resonance with peace. And this card says, I will meditate and be peaceful and calm in my interactions with others and the world. Peacefulness comes in me, giving up the love of power for the power of love. Okay, Tasha, that was for me. I don't know, that may have been for some of y'all, but I know that was for me. I invite peace to be a part of my life, and I make time to experience my own inner stillness daily. I continually develop an inner sense of calm, and I trust that everything will be right. Feeling good about myself will help bring peace into my life. Ashe. So we opening this up with the heart chakra, the fourth chakra. And then the other card that was flipped over behind that one was the second chakra, which is in resonance with the sacral chakra, and that is sexuality, okay? And this card reads, I honor and respect my sexuality, and I allow the natural flow of my feelings. I acknowledge that my sexual thoughts and feelings will arise, and I release unnecessary guilt regarding sex. I am open to the positive sensual feelings coming to me from others. At the same time, I keep my sexual activities well directed and in balance. Ashe, I love that. And you know, when it comes to like our mental well-being, our physical well-being, sex is a very healing and therapeutic and natural way to regulate your nervous system, to relieve tension, to relieve and release stress. So spiritual girlies, if you have not been taking the time to be loved on by your significant other, by your partner, by a divine masculine that actually, pours into you and loves on you and cherishes you, listen, get it in, okay? Get it in. Get it in. Ashe. So we're dealing with peace and sexuality. These are two tools. These are two tools that we could use or continue to use and exercise in our day-to-day lives to maintain our mental health, our mental wealth. Look, sexy time. Okay, we pulled that right out of the second chakra. Sexuality, so sexy time. All right, so this is pretty much backing up what this said. So what I'm getting here with this card coming out, spiritual girlies, is quite many of us may have our sacral chakra blocked, or not exercising that energy and getting that energy to flow enough, being that the sexy time card is coming out. This card indicates that a lot of us need to reconnect with our sensual and sexual sides. So again, emphasizing taking that time, that personal time to be loved on, to feel safe, feel adorned, to have an orgasm, to come with your significant other, to come with your husband, your partner, you know what I mean? So definitely backing that up with the sexy time card. Remember, our sexual desires too also has a lot to do with our creativity, has a lot to do with our passions. So, spiritual girlies, if you are feeling tense, if you are feeling like you need to release, if you are feeling that you need to again feel adorned, or even if you just want to do some sexual magic, you know what I mean? Some sex rituals, okay? This is spirit indicating that you need to do that. You need to partake and engage in some sexual activity, in some very lustrous and seductive activity to get that energy flowing, to get that energy moving, okay? So, again, this is a mid-week check-in. So a lot of us need to be getting busy, okay? This has a lot to do, again, with regulating our nervous system, you know what I mean? Releasing and relieving stress and tension and hardships, okay? Some of us need to just orgasm. Some of us just need to really come in order to help balance our mental health, our mental wealth, our spiritual health, And sex is spiritual. Okay, I know a lot of religions or people who coming from that religious walk have been taught that sex is nasty or whatever the case may be. Sex is natural, sex is good, okay? Sex is healing, sex is magical and amazing. And also, sex can help you manifest and attract to you your desires. Ashe. The next card that came out was the Find an Oracle card. Okay, here we go. 4-4 on the card. I've been seeing a lot of fours lately. All right, so here we go. 4-4, finding an oracle. All right, the next card after that came out. I'm just go ahead. It said seek guidance. Okay, so this is emphasis on a lot of the spiritual girlies right now. Healers need healers. Nurturers need nurturers. So because a lot of us are doing our work, right? And we are being of service to others, whether that be to our families, to our friends, to our partners, to our lovers. We are naturally healers. We are beings who nurture and nourish. And a lot of the time, because we're busy servicing others, we're busy assisting others and helping others, we don't find the time to seek guidance, to seek out guidance. All right. So even though we are the intuitive coaches, even though we are that philosophical friend or sister, even though we are the ones who assist others in their journeys, we also too, this is indicating that we also too need to take time to pour into our spiritual and mental well-being by finding someone who can assist us further, who can help us expand our mindsets, who can help us look at situations from different angles and different perspectives. Here we go, transparent moment. Counseling within, especially like the melanated family or the Black community, is most times shunned upon. Very recently, I had a conversation with my dad. And the idea of counseling came up, family counseling or therapy, things of that nature. And he's like, you don't need that. White people go to therapy. Black people go to God. And that thought right there, that mindset right there, is why a lot of Black men especially do not get the help, or they're not challenged in the way that they operate and in the way that they think, because they don't have someone there to challenge them, someone there to talk to, someone there to vent to or to pour into. And I was really baffled by that, but I was not surprised because it's my dad. And if y'all been following me for a while, I have spoken and been very open and transparent about the relationship that I have with my dad, whom I know he loves me and I love him too, 111. But the fact that he would say something like that when I am pretty much just expressing to him how I planned and how me and my family plans to get over challenges and hurdles is, we're going to do some family counseling X, Y, and Z. And that was his response. So spiritual girlies and guys who's watching, all right, to further assist us in maintaining balance and harmony with our spiritual and mental wealth, our spiritual and mental health, as well as our physical health, seek guidance. Find someone who can assist you, hence me. You can book a service with me on my website, okay? NaturalYouCosmetics.com. That's natural, the letter U, cosmetics.com. The links are in my bio. You can book a service. I'm very affordable. We can do it through email or Zoom, whichever you prefer, whichever is your desired comfortability. But yeah, seek guidance. Definitely seek someone who can assist you, who you can talk to, and can aid and guide you and lead you to where you need to go. Ashe. I am feeling this. Ashe. We helping the world, honey. And sometimes we got to check in with ourselves to make sure that we are, you know what I mean, just growing and expanding and not looping. So it's okay that the healer, you know what I mean, gets healing, proper healing anyway. The next card to come out, spiritual girlies, during this midweek check-in is the manifest card. Okay, so this card for me is giving me many things, but what is the dominant energy when it comes to this manifest card is when we are balanced in our thoughts, when we are balanced in our spiritual doings and our spiritual work, when we have that harmony intact, Ashe, when we are exuding Ma'at, or practicing Ma'at, the power to manifest is more potent, more powerful, more pungent, okay? The power to manifest comes through a regulated nervous system. And it's not that we can't manifest, is this, you manifest a much more, you manifest more healthier things that you are wanting to attract to yourself. You're manifesting things that are not going to cause you to lose your mind. You're manifesting things that are not going to come in and pretty much cause chaos, right? Because especially as a divine feminine, we naturally are magnetizing, right? But what we wish to magnetize and what we wish to bring to life depends on how we feel, where we are at in our lives, what type of infrastructures are supporting our stability and supporting our magic. So take a moment to really be honest with yourself at this time. What are you manifesting and from what level? What's your frequency right now? Because you're going to manifest, but make sure that it's something that is more aligned with prosperity and the abundance that you seek and the level of success that you seek. Make sure it's manifesting. Make sure the things that you are manifesting are actually the things that you foresee yourself having. Make sure the timeline that you are manifesting is in divine alignment with what you desire for yourself, for your life, for your community, for your family, for your children, and all those entangled and involved with you. Ashe. This is really good. All right, so I'm going to close out this midweek check-in. I want my spiritual girlies to definitely leave in the comments below as you're watching this live, or as you will soon watch this as a recording, it will become. Leave in the comments where you're at mentally and physically. Now, you don't have to get deep and super personal, but how are you feeling? Do you feel balanced? Do you feel in harmony? Do you feel in resonance with your desires? Do you feel very powerful in your ability to manifest and attract to you what you truly desire, want, and need in this specific timeline, Ashe? And do you plan on tapping more into your sexuality and sensuality? Oh, this card flipped over. The next card that comes out, so we're going to close this reading out with the goddess energy. All right. And this card, I don't want to mess up this name, but this is from my Goddess Among Us deck, right? So closing out this reading, with this goddess card is going to help us further, is going to assist us further in balancing our mental and spiritual health, right? So this goddess energy that came out is Julungal. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is actually my first time pulling this card. So I'm excited to actually get into what this goddess represents. But we pulled out the goddess card Julungal, okay? And the goddess Julungal energy resonates with transition, life stages, and coming of age. So transition, life stages, and coming of age. And I just want really quickly to point out that there's a lot of blue too. For this midweek check-in, we got a lot of blue energy. A lot of blue energy. Blue is in resonance with higher minds, water, memory, remembering. Blue also deals with like intuition and your psychic powers. It's also a very protective color. So I just wanted to point that out. But again, we're dealing with goddess Julungal. So this is my first time pulling this card, and I'm gonna go ahead and read to you guys the energy of this specific goddess. All right. So it says Julungal is the Aboriginal rainbow serpent goddess. Her name, role, and gender vary all over Australia, but she is commonly known through creation myths as a creator goddess and bringer of life. She is a powerful being who is said to have created the mountains, valleys, lakes, rivers, and landscapes. One of her roles included overseeing the initiation of boys into manhood, swallowing them up as boys and regurgitating them as men. That's interesting. Julungal has the power to both create and destroy. That kind of reminds me of Goddess Sekhmet, that energy to create and destroy. Associated with the weather, water, oceans, waterfalls, fertility, health, healing, rebirth, and puberty. She is a powerful energy to call upon during times of change, such as when you want to create or change something in your life, or when you're going through a time of transition or initiation. Okay. This says, you are going through a divine initiation and coming of age. You are being asked now to step into the next version of yourself, the next chapter, and step forward into a new journey. Okay, so when dealing with this goddess, when it comes with love, the men in your life may need nurturing and encouragement. Ask them how they are doing and hold sacred space for them. Ashe. Prosperity. Connect deeply with earth energy. Ground yourself so you can attract and hold the prosperity you seek. Ooh, and that's the fact that the manifest card came right out before we pulled the goddess card. So a lot of you may need to learn more about this goddess for sure. And if you are resonating with her energy or resonating with how she can assist you and, maintaining or finding balance for yourself with your mental wealth and your spiritual wealth, then definitely tap into this goddess. It says purpose. Your purpose is to go through many initiations and transition to be lots of things to lots of people, to change, evolve, and grow. You're not here to be one thing. Do it all. Ashe. And I resonate with this energy so much. This is definitely speaking to me. Healing. Spend time in nature and connect with the land, plants, and animals for healing. Heal the earth with your love and action. Creativity. You are the creator of your own world. Create the landscape you most want for your life. All right, so real quickly before I finish out with this specific goddess energy, I want to point out a couple things. So again, we're dealing with our mental wealth and health and our spiritual wealth and health. And again, goddesses, empresses, high priestess, witches, spiritual girlies alike. For those of us who are intentionally wanting to expand, for those of us who are always, magnetizing and co-creating with the benevolent universe, the world, the timeline, the community, the support that we do need, and desire, keep in mind that Holding space for other people, again, can be seemingly overwhelming to some and can be taxing on the bodies, right? So a way to find ma'at in this and stay sane yourself is to understand that your own personal challenges, the transitions that you are going through, the new heights that you are being initiated into, is a part of your journey, and it is a part of your walk. And it can seem overwhelming, and it can seem a bit taxing to some, because you're like, how am I supposed to be here to assist others when yet I need assistance myself? So tap into the goddess energy that resonates with you heavy, and call on that specific goddess to assist you in finding balance, and finding ma'at, and finding harmony, and finding peace. Because the last thing you want to do is work from an exhausted state. You don't want to be exhausted. When you get exhausted, or when you are exhausted, you get mean, or you get unfocused on what your mission is. So be sure that you are tapping into a goddess energy. I mean, even your own energy, right? We're goddesses. So tap into and ground yourself with that energy that you need to sustain yourself mentally and spiritually as you are walking your path and as you are doing your work. Okay? Just want to throw that out there. Magic. Create a self-initiation and ritual in which you let go of who you once were and call on the new higher aspects of yourself, right? Another thing that I want to point out too that just kind of popped in as I was saying that was, we too, as we are assisting others, as we are being like that, the voice of reason to many, that spiritual guide to many, right? That nurturing and nourishing person to many. We got to keep in mind that we too are shedding layers, because we're all reflections of one another, right? So as we're assisting others, we're actually assisting ourselves. We're actually seeing different versions of ourselves. And along the way, we heal and we shed layers too. So as we are expanding in our work and helping others, remember to let go of the versions of yourself that no longer resonate with who you used to be, even if it was just yesterday. Whatever version is not going to assist you in this higher season, whatever version is not going to assist you in obtaining and sustaining mental peace, spiritual wealth, all of those things, let that go, because that too can be overwhelming and taxing. Or if there is a version of you that is feeling that, listen, I no longer want to work with a person, or I no longer want to be that kind of voice of reason with X, Y, and Z, you have the right to withdraw your energy. You have the right to switch gears and pivot how you see yourself helping and being of service. You can still honor your mission and honor your call by pivoting into something that is definitely going to help you sustain and self-preserve yourself. So I just wanted to throw that out there too, because a lot of us feel like because we are being called to assist humanity, or because we are being called to step fully into our purpose, that means to be a martyr, and that means to be like overworked. No. Definitely preserve yourself. Definitely find peace within yourself. And find ways to decompress, and find ways to regulate, and all of those good things. But just know that you come first, okay? All right, so it says, call on Goddess Julungu for assistance with transitions, life stages such as puberty and menopause, spiritual initiation, creativity, connecting with land, relationships with boys and men, spiritual girlies. We had that sexual energy throughout this reading as well. Okay? And what I'm getting with when it comes to the goddess Julungu, and it comes to what to call on her for when it comes to assistance, or what you need assistance with, healing relationship with boys, or healing relationship with men, because we're grown women. So healing our relationship with men is crucial when it comes to sexuality as well, or sharing yourself sexually. Because whatever man you choose to lay down with, Should be someone who is not laying down with you just for his own personal or selfish reasons. It should definitely be someone that is respectful and love you and honor you and see you. And hopefully it can be someone who actually understands you and respects your work and can actually do some sexual magic with you as well, who be open to utilizing the chemistry between you two to actually bring about and manifest higher worlds, higher realms, more abundance, more prosperity, etc. It also says, embody the energy of Goddess Julungo by holding sacred feminine space for the masculine, creating the landscape of your dreams, initiating yourself into a spiritual path, honoring and accepting different life stages, seeing change and transition as opportunities for growth, and honoring the land. Ashe. So, in all spiritual girlies, I can see a lot of us are operating in our heart chakra, right? We're operating in our heart chakra. We're sustaining and maintaining our peace. We're not allowing things to come in and disrupt our peace and disrupt our home and disrupt, our mission and our dreams and goals. And that is good. A lot of us are going to be tapping more into our sensual and sexual sides. Because again, maintaining peace. Doing what you love brings peace. Operating in your heart chakra, when you're sincere, a loving person or a compassionate person or an empathic person, operating out of your heart chakra is not hard at all. And that brings peace. And that is a good way to have good mental health, spiritual wealth, spiritual health as well. Sexuality, again, we're going to be tapping more into our sexual natures, our sensual natures, because this is also a way to relieve and release stress and tension, okay? A lot of us are going to seek assistance, finding us an oracle, finding us a numerologist, finding us an astrologist, finding a cosmologist, finding someone who can assist us further and expand our minds and help us with situations that we need light shed upon, or different perspectives on, or ways to get through different challenges in our life. And that, right, will assist us in becoming more attractive, more magnetizing, manifesting true love, manifesting abundance. Ashe. I love this. So for the most part, spiritual girlies, we are doing better, and we can do better as always, right? We can always improve in some areas, but what I'm getting with this definitely is more sexual and sensual energy, okay? Because that's tapped into your power to manifest and attract the things that you need and desire and want. And that, I feel too, is also correlated to your level of creativity. And also be open to talking to someone who can assist you as you assist others, right? Ashe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. Be sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel here, Spiritual Girly Covenant. Download my app. The links are in my bio, but you can find me in your Apple app and Google Play stores under Naturally the letter U Cosmetics. That's Naturally U Cosmetics. Download the app and commune with me on the go. Peace.